Hello, everybody. Well, let's have a book chat. I need to explain my long absence. My husband has been diagnosed with multiple myeloma. In 2009, he was diagnosed. He's already had 2 stem cell transplants, and that has extended his life. He just had another one. 2024. On July the 24th, he received his stem cells modified. It's a new procedure. It's called a CAR T. And I have been with him at the hospital. We are in rural Alabama. We have to drive 78 miles to the hospital in our local big urban city, Birmingham. And I have been with him, and he has to stay there for 6 weeks. But I had to come home, water my plants, and check on the house, so I decided to make a quick video. It's not going to be the video I normally do showing you my purchases, which I have a lot of, and I don't want to bore you, but I do want to give you an update. I want to tell you about what I have read and what I plan on reading. So let's get started. So on my Kindle, I have been reading a book that I won in a giveaway, and it was through Library Thing. I received it from the author, and it's a romance. It's called A Good Woman, and it's by Jelana Remy. So I'm still in the progress of reading it. I'm about 60-70% through, and it's keeping my mind occupied. It's a mature romance. I like the characters. They seem to have a pride about their background, their ancestry, which I like. Almost gave me a Wakanda feel in certain aspects of the story. But it is when the flirtatious and sexy bartender Faye Thompson is placed in a difficult situation by her abusive ex-boyfriend, she agrees to take refuge by the handsome and charming but arrogant Anel Williams. She soon falls in love with him. So that's all I'm gonna say, because it's worth the read, and I hope that you all will pick it up and read it and give this debut author some credit. It's been a good journey. I almost can't keep up with what I did in my previous videos, and I didn't have time to go back and review them. But if I'm repeating myself, please excuse me, forgive me, but I will tell you what I have read with my book club. And so far, we have read, and I think I did mention, The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store by James McBride. Absolutely 5-star read for me. I enjoyed it so very much. I did miss the book discussion with my group. However, I wish I had. It's so much to talk about in his writing. I love his characters. You probably have already heard all of these aspects about this book, but it's definitely a 5-star read for me. So please pick it up, read it if you have not. If you've not read any of James McBride's books. And before that, this book, I read Deacon King Kong, which again was another good read for me. I enjoy his characters, and I'm looking forward to what he comes out with next. How he could beat his own top star reads, I don't know. But I read that for my book club. And then we went into The Three Mothers. Okay, yeah, I missed that discussion too, but I did finish the book. I was able to finish this while I was with my husband, sequestered in a hotel room near a hospital. But I will have a very detailed review posted. I don't know if I'm gonna do it on my blog, but it will be on my platforms through Goodreads and the library thing. But this was a very, very interesting, very well researched read by Anna Malika Tubbs, who is the wife of Michael Tubbs, who was the youngest mayor in, I believe it was Compton, California. He wrote a book as well, The Deeper the Roots. We also read that through my book club about a year ago. And anyway, this was very informative and I really enjoyed it, and I got to know a lot about the three mothers, who was James Baldwin's mother, Malcolm X's mother, and Martin Luther King's mother. So mothers play a very important role in a successful man's life, and I just highly recommend this as a read. I believe I gave it a 4.5 stars because I think I was just wanting more. I wanted more, even though she had a hard time finding research on the mothers. Very little is really said about them. However, the book is well put together. So, and some after reading that, it made me want to read King, about Martin Luther King. This is by Jonathan Eigg, and it's a big chunker, but it may give me some more insight into Martin Luther King's life. And she mentioned some other books. I didn't have time to gather up all of them, but one of them is Caste by Isabel Wilkerson, and also The Warmth of Other Suns. I own it. I have it here. I didn't have time to dig that out, but Isabel Wilkerson, and all of these are good reads behind reading The Three Mothers. So I got through that. And then with my book club, now I was able to participate in the group discussion, but it was a pick from someone in the group. It was Let Love Have the Last Word by Common. So if you have read this, I would really love your comments and opinions. I am struggling with my review. One thing I will say, this is a very creative man, very artistic. I love his artistic background as a rapper, as a artist in general, in movies, and I give him credit for that. He has done some community engagements with prisoners, going to prisons and spreading the word of love to them. His relationship with his daughter, that left me with some questions, however, and his mother. But behind every successful man is a good mother, and he had a good mother. And this book was very good for discussion, and I will probably post a review on my social platforms, which is Goodreads and Library Thing. I don't think I'll do anything on my blog, but this made for, as I said, very good discussion with my discussion group. So I would like to know people's opinions. I did not give it a 5-star. I think I gave this a 3.5. The playlist at the end of the book, oh, I downloaded every song that he mentioned in the playlist, and it is good. I must admit, he put a good playlist together. So check that out if you read this book. And my jar pick, and when did I pick that? This was a jar pick, I believe, in May. Wahala. This is how far I've gotten. I apologize. I think life kept getting in the way of me reading this. When I pick it back up, I still plan on finishing it because I will not pick another book out of my TBR jar until I have finished this. So I will probably start it all over again because the characters have disappeared from my memory. And I hope to get through this before the end of the year. I'm a slow reader. I confess that. I have always said that I am a slow reader. However, I do want to read this, and I think she has another one coming out, another book. So if this is good, I'll consider buying her future books and her next book, but I got to get through this one first. So Wahala is still on my reading list. So my August read with my book club is Lazaretto by Diane McKinney-Whetstone. I have had the pleasure of meeting this author. She writes good. I have read many of her other books. This one I had not gotten to, even though it's been sitting on my shelf for a few years. Excuse me. But we'll be reading this for this month, so I gotta have it read before the end of this month for our book discussion. So I'm looking forward to that. And then for the month of September, they have chosen James by Percival Everett. I chose to get this book. This is the UK cover. I just thought it was so attractive with the young boy down here at the bottom. The color, I love orange. So that will be my next read as soon as I get through Lazaretto. And the book for October, I don't own it yet. I just purchased it. I'm waiting for it to come in the mail. And that is, I gotta check my book journal. That is Megger and Merle by Joy Ann Reid. As I have this over my shoulder to show you, I am so looking forward to that. This is an October discussion for my book group, and ooh, that is going to be awesome. So I will have that copy in my hands very soon. And then November, I picked for my book club Yellow Wife. So I plan on moderating this book discussion around this book, which I heard nothing but good things. And this is by Sadiqa Johnson, and she's proven herself so far to be a very good writer. So those are what my reads are going to be for at least for the rest of the year. And I'm excited about some books that's coming out in 2025, and I want to share at least 2 or 3 of them with you. So hang tight. Let me show you. First book I'm looking forward to purchasing in 2025, which you can pre-order now, I believe. It is by Bernice L. McFadden. As you all know, her name is around everywhere. She is an excellent writer. Her books are 5 stars. Just, I think everything I've read is a 5 star. But she's got a memoir coming out in 2025, and it's called Firstborn Girls. And it is a must buy for me. And she talks about her birthday. She was born in 1967, how she died in a car crash near Detroit, only to be resuscitated after her mother pulled her from the flaming wreckage. And she talks about growing up in 1980s Brooklyn and her solace in books, summer trips to Barbados, and boarding school to escape her alcoholic father. And there's more. I mean, anything she writes is going to be worthy of reading. So I'm looking forward to that. Firstborn Girl. So the other book that I'm looking forward to is a Mary Monroe book. As you know, I read her series. Her writing is funny and phenomenal. Okay, so this is the 5th book in the Lexington, Alabama series. It's called Bent But Not Broken. And it says, brimming with unpredictable twists and scandals, the latest Depression-era Alabama novel from award-winning New York Times best-selling author Mary Monroe tells of a mistreated wife who finally finds the love she's longed for, only to be plunged into deceit, betrayal, and murder. So if any of you are reading her series, which I have to catch up on because the only one I've read so far in this series is Mrs. Wiggins, and wow. I think, what is the other? The Vow, and let's see. I gotta catch up. Let's see. What is her series? Here it is. Lexington, Alabama. Mrs. Wiggins, Empty Vows is the second one. Love, Honor, Betray, Double Lives, and then Bent But Not Broken. So I have 4 out of the series, and I gotta catch up, but I'm looking forward to buying that one next year. Then we have a new book coming out by Dolan Perkins Valdez. As you all recall, she wrote Take My Hand, which was a historical fiction novel. I read that with my book club, and excellent. I mean, full of historical facts, figures, places. So she's writing one called Happy Land. Happy Land is to be released in April of 2025. And it says, it's time we name our kingdom, he shouted over the wind. I say we call this place Happy Land. If this ain't the land of happy people, then where is it? Why not create our heaven right here on earth? So in the hills of Appalachia, there once existed a land ruled by a king and queen, inspired by memories of African kingdoms. A community of formerly enslaved men and women grasped freedom on mountain land they own, but freedom doesn't always last forever. So I think that is going to be another good read by Dolan Perkins Valdez. Looking forward to it. And last but not least, in 2025, we have another book, a novel by Daniel Black. Daniel Black is another excellent writer, and he's got a book coming out called Isaac's Song. Isaac's Song will be released January 28th of 2025. And it says the beloved author of Don't Cry for Me and Perfect Peace returns with a poignant, emotionally exuberant novel about a young queer black man finding his voice in 1980s Chicago, a novel of family, forgiveness, and perseverance. For fans of the great believers in On Earth, we're briefly gorgeous. So I have not read either of those, but Isaac sounds like it's going to be, Isaac's Song is going to be another good read by a good writer, Daniel Black. Thank you all for watching. I got to get back to the hospital and check on my husband and make sure everything is okay. He's progressing very well. I appreciate you all watching my video. Give thumbs up, give me some comments, and I look forward to seeing you all again real soon. Bye.